You know, why did they let him out of jail? Shooting somebody. Well, he could have shot me.
An 83-year-old man who was brutally attacked by a teenager downtown is sharing his story tonight. Larry Curtis was using a mailbox on 3rd and Monroe when he says a young man violently assaulted him. Thanks for being with us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. The suspected attacker who hospitalized Curtis, an 18-year-old who is also charged in connection to a downtown shooting 3 months ago. Jordan Smith is in studio with us tonight with Curtis's story and why his accused attacker wasn't already in jail.
Well, Larry Curtis is a tough guy. He's a former boxer, a father of 5. He saw 2 girls who were visibly upset while he was driving downtown. He got out, asked if they were okay, and then he went to use this mailbox nearby. And he says there were a group of young men who were with those girls who followed him over and began their attack.
He knocked his teeth out. Of course, I'm not vain, but I like to look nice. And you don't want your teeth knocked out when you get 83 years old.
This is Charles Curtis, Larry, as he likes to be called. He's 13 days into his road to recovery after being attacked on May 18th.
Well, it's my wrist. Broken 3 places. And then I got ribs busted here and ribs busted here. How the heck I don't know.
Larry says he was checking in on a couple of girls who seemed upset as he was driving downtown. He went to deposit mail into this mailbox, and 3 teens that were with those girls followed him over and attacked. Surveillance footage from the gas station next door shows the moments after that attack. One of the men arrested, 18-year-old Richard Smith, seen here running away from the scene, chased down by a bystander. This as Larry lied immobile on the sidewalk. He says he's confused by his attacker's motives. We asked what he'd say to them if he got the chance.
I had 4 boys, and every one of them didn't do this. And they were bigger than me. So let's talk down. You must not have a father and mother. Let me be your father. Let me teach you something. Come over to my house and have barbecues.
In court today, 18-year-old Richard Smith made his first appearance. This is the second time he's been arrested for assault in 3 months. He was arrested in connection to a shooting at the 7-Eleven on 2nd and Division back in February.
You do create a huge safety concern for the community.
We asked Larry if he could ever forgive his attackers.
Yes.
So the question is, why was Smith able to be on the street instead of in jail in connection to that shooting? Well, he posted bond, which was set at $100,000. After being arrested for attacking Larry, the judge set his current bond to $100,000 and raised his original bond for that shooting up to $250,000. Smith is 18 years old. In studio tonight, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Jordan, around the Northwest, victims' family members of the Idaho Doomsday Cult leader shared the pain he caused them when he murdered their loved ones. Chad Daybell was convicted of murdering 7-year-old J.J. Vallow and his 16-year-old sister, Tylee Ryan, their older brother, fighting through tears to express how much Daybell has taken away from him.
I lost the ability. Sorry. Sit with my little sister and talk and share our lives. So in short, I lost everything I've ever known.
Daybell was found guilty for their deaths and also the murder of his first wife, Tammy Daybell. Her brother explaining how Tammy's death destroyed him and his parents.
Losing Tammy, who to me was the emotional heart and glue of our siblings group, was a slow and steady destruction of elements of our family as we knew it.
Now, this is all part of Daybell's special sentencing proceedings since the state is seeking the death penalty. During this phase, the same jury that convicted Daybell will decide if he should be executed.
The hearing for a change of venue in the University of Idaho murders case has been delayed. It was originally supposed to take place at the end of June, but it's now scheduled for August 29th. Brian Kohberger's lawyers asked for the hearing to be delayed so they would have enough time to review the answers from their potential juror survey. For months, the defense has been pushing for the trial to be moved out of Latah County. His lawyers saying an impartial jury cannot be found due to the massive amount of media attention this case has received.
Well, listen up, drivers. Multiple construction projects begin next week that will make getting around parts of Spokane County a little more complicated. So here we go. Starting Monday, all southbound lanes on the Washington Street Bridge in downtown Spokane will be closed. Only one northbound lane will be open. Drivers should use Division, Monroe, or Ash during the construction, which is expected to last until August.
The westbound Fort Freya exit on I-90 was supposed to reopen on Monday, but the city announced it's been delayed until June 17th. The city says the intersections are being built with concrete, and the amount of rain we've had in the last couple of weeks have caused delays.
Well, speaking of rain, the skies are pretty clear for now, but that's going to change over the weekend.
Yep, let's send it over to Chris Crocker now to see when that wet weather is expected to arrive.
Well, I'm going to start off just by showing what a beautiful evening it is and encourage you to get out and enjoy it. Maybe an evening walk with the dog or a beer at your favorite pub out on the balcony. Well, here are 4 things to know about your weather. Saturday sprinkles, then the rain arrives on Sunday. Looks like in the afternoon, very wet then through Monday. This is an atmospheric river. We're bringing up a lot of moisture, needed moisture through Monday. And then Monday night, winds are going to pick up and we may see some thunderstorms as well. Timing on the precipitation on Sunday starts off with 0 in the morning if you have a morning run or get that dog walked early, and then the chance of precipitation increases by noon, and then the best chance of rain kicks in the evening. We may get occasional breaks on Sunday before things really pick up Sunday night and into a soggy Monday. Some of the precipitation totals expected just through Sunday evening are impressive. Over a ½ inch in Coeur d'Alene, close to that in Sandpoint, over a quarter of an inch in Pullman, and 2/10 in Spokane. Lesser amounts in the Columbia Basin, but still some beneficial rains, and we'll be adding a lot more to this than through Monday. Your weekend forecast: sprinkles on Saturday, possible, 72 for a high, and there'll be a fair amount of clouds filtering our Saturday sunshine. Sunday will start off dry, and then the rain moves in, a high of 67 degrees. I'll be back with a closer look at your Saturday forecast and tell you about some warm weather, warmest weather of the season so far in the 7-day outlook. Derek.
Well, the 2 Spokane County Sheriff's deputies who shot a man during a standoff on the South Hill last year won't face any criminal charges. According to the county prosecutor, Jeremy Bosch began to shoot at detectives Nathan Booth, Kyle Leavenworth, and Alex Velikadny when they tried to arrest him on 2 separate assault charges. None of the law enforcement officers involved were injured, but Bosch was injured and taken to the hospital for treatment. Eventually, he pled guilty to 4 counts of assault and was sentenced earlier this month to a mental health facility. Well, Pride Month begins tomorrow. It's a month dedicated to celebrate and commemorate the LGBTQ+ community.
Because of violence, though, at past Pride events, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene are taking extra safety precautions to protect people who are out celebrating. Marissa Rio tells us what safety precautions are being taken. And Marissa, Spokane recently installed a new security system ahead of Pride Month.
That's right. This Pride mural here in front of Riverfront Park has been vandalized more than once, with the most recent time being earlier this month. Now, I want you to take a look over here. To deter any further acts of vandalism or crimes in this area, the Downtown Spokane Partnership put this new surveillance system that now monitors the area 24 hours a day. Now, to kick off Pride Month, the North Pride Alliance is hosting its annual Pride in the Park tomorrow in Coeur d'Alene, and they're too taking extra safety precautions.
The celebration of our ability to live authentically and to love, who we love.
An event where the LGBTQ community can feel affirmed where they belong is how one official with the North Idaho Pride Alliance described Pride in the Park. But it was just 2 years ago that members of the white nationalist group Patriot Front were planning a riot at this exact event. They were arrested beforehand, and 5 members were later found guilty. This year, the North Idaho Pride Alliance says it has a comprehensive safety plan in place, and an official with the Coeur d'Alene Police Department says they will have increased staffing.
That our approach is do not engage with any protesters, and we've got plenty of fun at the stage and, in the middle of the event, that there's just no need to, engage with those folks. So just be safe and be kind.
Following the event, Spokane Pride is hosting a Pride Cruise on Lake Coeur d'Alene, with its Pride Festival being held next weekend in downtown Spokane. The executive director says security is on the top of their mind.
So we have a section that are for the protesters. We're going to have the Peace Angels. They wear the white robes and really tall angel wings that kind of cover the protesters visually.
The Spokane Police Department says they will also be staffing accordingly. Matthew Danielson encourages all to attend Pride events in the area. He says it really is all about love and acceptance.
As for this new security system, sure, there were already security cameras in this area, but Councilmember Zach Sapone says this more obvious one was needed to deter any further acts of violence. He also said it takes better footage, which will allow the city to track any perpetrators better. While this is only temporary, he says the city is looking for a more permanent solution. Live in downtown Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
All right, Marissa, thank you. Just hours ago, University of Idaho volleyball coach Chris Gonzalez resigned amid an investigation stemming from bullying allegations within the program.
Gonzalez was placed on administrative leave back in March, but with his resignation, this investigation stops. Alex Crescenti has details.
These allegations were first reported in the fall of 2023 by the Orange County Register, and according to players, Gonzalez would pressure those who hadn't been cleared to play or practice by the school's medical staff to participate in matches. They even allege he withheld food from them after losses, physically pushed players during practice, and bullied and body shamed them. Now, earlier this year, a case manager was provided for the student athletes. That person would attend all team activities where Gonzalez was present and some where he was not. Gonzalez was only in Moscow for 2 years, and during that 2023 season, the team went 1-27. Now, according to the Idaho website, the volleyball team has 10 players on the roster, but that could change as they have a 30-day window to enter the transfer portal. Reporting in studio, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
Well, it'll be weeks before we find out if former President Donald Trump will be sent to prison for falsifying business records.
We'll explain if his 34-count criminal conviction will affect his chances in this year's presidential election. And property owners may want to check their mailboxes because 2025 property tax notifications are being sent out. What you can expect when you open your letter tonight at 6:30.
And we are moments away from first pitch here at Avista Stadium at the Spokane Indians game. We have a live interview with Eastern Washington women's basketball coach Jody Gleason coming up after the break. We're throwing out the first pitch together. Should be a lot of fun.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
For 27 years, our promise has been to save you green.
The Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row has been extended. And with trucks still rolling in, the savings keep getting better and better. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 6 years, no interest. But hurry, the extended Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
92.9 CCU.
Take advantage of the tax credits you can, including the annual Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. You can get money back on state taxes already paid. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
BECU wants to help you celebrate your dad this June with the fantastic Father's Day contest. Send us a photo of your father and tell us the impact he's had on your life. He'll be entered for a chance to win a $75 gift card to Agers Meats. Fantastic Fathers, brought to you by BECU.
4 News Now anchors, not just in the newsroom, but in the community.
Shocking amount of drug-related issues.
We're doing the work.
And this problem isn't unique to us.
Listening to you.
All Spokane County ballots enter through this door.
Asking questions.
Do you think we're safer today?
And getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe.
New tactic that uses fear to steal your money.
We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. And we'll always be there when you need us on 4 News Now.
4, 3, 2, 1.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, I turn the spotlight on you. Inspiring stories. You are changing lives.
I can do it.
That's right. The biggest stars. You have your own show.
I love Jennifer.
There you go.
I just pulled up.
You be flirting with everybody.
You damn right.
And did I mention the surprises?
I would have worn my good wig.
Weekdays at 2, only on 4 News Now.
We are here in Israel, a nation at war, the worst attack in 50 years.
Israel waging a fierce bombardment of Gaza.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
The Memorial Day super sale at Furniture Row has been extended. And with trucks still rolling in, the savings keep getting better and better. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 6 years, no interest. But hurry, the extended Memorial Day super sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
All right, Spokane Indians continue their homestand against the Everett Aquasox tonight. And Eastern Washington women's basketball coach Jody Gleason will be throwing out the first pitch alongside sports director Julian Middensong.
They're together right now before they take to the mound, so they're both joining us live from Avista Stadium. How are we feeling as we're getting closer, Julian? I know you weren't really feeling great with the arm earlier.
Yeah, you know, I feel a little bit better. I had that bullpen session earlier, but Jody just got here. How you feeling? First time throwing out the first pitch.
Feeling good. I'm just honored that, you know, we have this EWU night with the Spokane Indians, and, you know, grateful to recognize our team that had this historic season. So we are excited.
Yeah, you got the whole team behind you. They came to support you. What does that mean just to have them back you here tonight on this special night?
It means the world. You know, it's all about them. All this recognition is about, you know, our season this year, the women's basketball team over at Eastern. And so I just love having them here. I'm their biggest fan, and it's great to have them kind of reverse roles a little bit.
Yeah, so getting to the NCAA tournament, you know, that comes with high expectations. So that's going to be out there on the mound tonight. Did anyone give you any tips about once you step out there and throw out that first pitch?
Well, my dad is a college baseball player, and, you know, so he's always trying to give me some tips, I guess. But he likes to send the memes, like, don't look like this type of thing. But,
yeah.
I mean, I played softball. I didn't play baseball, but just, you know, get out there. I'm trying to throw it so that the catcher can catch it pretty much.
Natural athlete. It's in her blood. She's going to be throwing out the first pitch. We're both going to be throwing out the first pitch at around 6:20 or so. So stay tuned for that. Guys, we're going to send it back to you in studio.
I think they're both going to throw strikes. Julian played college basketball too. Well, this evening we have got a beautiful evening for baseball. Temperatures will cool into the 50s by 9 o'clock. Light winds, clearing skies. The games on Sunday may be another story. I'll explain after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Summit Cancer Center.
Next week, wake up with Selena, Steve, and Martin, and an exclusive first look as Pat Sajak prepares to say goodbye to Wheel. Plus, Travis Kelce, and you know he has a lot to talk about. Next week on
Good Morning, America.
Bad sleep?
The worst.
There's really no excuse for bad sleep during the extended Memorial Day sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, the more you buy, the more you save. Get $100 off every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. Or check out the Summit Easy on the Wallet for only $299.99. Save up to $200 on our Doctor's Choice lineup, plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. Hurry! The extended Memorial Day sale at Denver Mattress ends Thursday.
The new spring inventory is rolling in this week at Findlay Downtown Toyota. And that means it's a great time to spend your summer in a new Toyota. Whether you're pulling the boat with the new truck or taking a road trip in a cool 4Runner, Findlay has the perfect Toyota for you. It's simple. If you're looking for bigger savings, a better selection to choose from, and the best financing available now, you can find it all this week at Findlay.
If you want to shine this summer and say goodbye to that winter weight, then this week is the perfect time to join Move Fitness and get started on a new workout routine to get you sculpted for the swimsuit season. Move Fitness.
The stories you should know.
Some of these areas are just really hard to read.
We're in the air with U.S. Customs and Border Protection.
To the stories you need to know.
Just how scary can it be to have a trained police dog chase you down?
From the stories that change the way you think.
It's the biggest event of the year.
To the stories that affect the way you feel.
Cheers.
Inside Edition.
These are the stories that impact your life.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
It is 68 degrees in Spokane. Pretty nice view of blue sky from here, but at the airport they're reporting mostly cloudy skies, partly cloudy in Coeur d'Alene, and 67 degrees. Let's talk about Saturday, hour by hour. Fair amount of clouds filtering our sunshine. It is going to be a warm start to the day. You can put away the plastic sheeting and whatever you may have used to cover your plants. We'll be in the 40s to start the day. Light winds, overcast conditions, possibility of sprinkles right around noon. You might run into a little bit of wet weather, but nothing of any consequence. And then we're into the 70s for highs, back up around average after some cool days. Winds staying less than 10 miles per hour. And we'll have some clearing in the evening before the next round of rain comes in on Sunday. That will be coming in mainly in the afternoon. You'll wake up with the clouds. The best chance of rain will actually be overnight Sunday into Monday, a 90% chance of rain on Monday, and that will include the possibility of some thunderstorms late in the day as well as gusty winds. We are tracking our weather patterns Saturday. Again, just a few isolated sprinkles, and then we'll clear out a little bit by Saturday evening. Then the clouds increase overnight into Sunday. Here's Sunday at 2 o'clock. Winds beginning to pick up and some steady rains taking over around the region. That steady rain will continue through most of Sunday and right on into Monday before we dry out Monday night. Gusty winds again and the potential for some thunderstorms. Precipitation totals should be very good with this system on the way. We need this precipitation up to an inch through North Idaho, 3/4 of an inch in Moscow, a 1/2 inch in Spokane. These are just early estimates as this system approaches. The bottom line is this is a system that will produce some beneficial rains across the region. Happy plants for the rain. Also happy that it's going to be a lot warmer at night over the next 7 days. Overnight lows right around average through the 7-day forecast with a little bit of a bump there at the end. We're also going to have a pretty good bump there at the end in terms of our temperatures during the day. Sprinkles Saturday, rain Sunday and Monday. We start drying out Tuesday and then warming up. Wednesday, we're into the 70s. Then we're into the 80s for Thursday and Friday, a high of 87 degrees on Friday. And it looks like that warm, sunny weather is going to continue through next weekend. So if you have yourself a spot out at the lake this weekend and you get bummed out with the rain, you can look ahead to 80s and sunshine next weekend.
All right, Chris, thank you. Still ahead, another company plans on sending their own submersible to the bottom of the ocean. Wyatt says their vessel is better equipped than the one that imploded almost a year ago.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
What does RV stand for? Recreational vehicle or ruined vacation? At Click It RV, we want you to have a fun, safe camping experience. So for the month of May, get to any Click It RV store and get a professional propane leak test, tire pressure check, wheel bearings, roof, slide and battery test. And all inspections are free because we want you and yours to have a safe camping season. Thinking of upgrading? Check out their used selection of new and used top brands like Grand Design, Rockwood, Flagstaff, Winnebago, and more. So get to a Click It RV store near you for a free inspection and keep your family safe.
Are you ready to light it up, Spokane? Experience the all-new Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow Party, featuring outrageous Monster Trucks action, including the electrifying freestyle motocross, spectacular laser lights, and the fire-breathing transforming robot, Transaurus. Plus the pre-show VIP and crash zone before each performance. And kids seats start at just $12. Come watch your favorite Hot Wheels Monster Truck toys come to life. June 22nd and 23rd at Spokane Arena. Tickets available at SpokaneArena.com.
The selection and savings have never been better at Findlay Downtown Toyota. Which means this summer, if you're looking for a new Camry or some great financing on a new truck, you can find it all this week at Findlay.
Attention Butte. Have you worked or enjoyed the outdoors in Lincoln County before 2014? You may have been exposed to harmful Libby amphibole asbestos. Schedule your free asbestos health screening on June 11th or 12th at the Copper King Inn. Contact the Card Clinic to reserve your spot today.
The Memorial Day mattress sale has been extended. Get big discounts on all your favorite mattress brands with even bigger savings on Serta iComfort Eco and Beautyrest Black Hybrid sets. Plus, no interest financing with no money down at Walkers.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
My body make him stutter. My engine push the button. If I'm gonna be coming first. For the man, but I get the power.
PAR, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
Your takeout food containers are about to look a bit different. Starting tomorrow, Washington's ban on styrofoam goes into effect.
That means items like plates, bowls, trays, and cups must be made with a more sustainable material. Bronte Sorotsky explains the impact this could have on the price of your next meal.
While local businesses aren't disputing that these new containers are much better for the environment than these styrofoam ones, they do come at a much higher cost. The materials in styrofoam are hard to recycle, usually ending up in landfills.
Almost every piece of our to-go item is put in a styrofoam container.
And starting tomorrow, that's about to change. For local restaurants like Little Noodle, it's going to be expensive.
And you figure we make those orders at least once a week. So talking about a hike in almost $200 each week.
The restaurant's owner says they're now considering raising their prices to avoid taking too much of a hit financially.
We don't have much of an option. It's just something we have to adapt to and change. I mean, we understand why and everything, and we want that, love that idea.
Still, concerns about the future remain.
But the fact that they are so much more expensive to go the other route is a little bit scary.
Something they've already had to deal with after Washington's minimum wage went up last year.
It's just a constant struggle with, all the costs going up.
According to the Department of Ecology, they will be on the lookout for businesses and anyone else not complying with this new ban. While they hope to help people through this, anyone that doesn't comply numerous times could receive a first offense fine of $250 and a $1,000 fine for any violations that follow. Reporting in Spokane, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Executives at Costco are finally addressing the rumors about its plan to raise the price of a hot dog.
Find out if you have to pay more than $1.50 on your next trip to the food court. Plus, 2025 tax assessments are beginning to be sent out across Spokane County. Why some might breathe a sigh of relief when they open their letter.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Arby's Deluxe Burger. Have you ever seen such a well-crafted burger? Oh, Arby's Big Cheesy Bacon Burger. Have you ever seen such a... Arby's, we have the meats.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. EPA says Honda is the most fuel-efficient automaker in America. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the Incredifantabulous deals, so see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
The spring clearance sale is on at R&R RV Center in Liberty Lake in North Spokane. Spring into action with R&R's largest discounts ever. Class B camper vans up to $83,000 off. Montana fifth wheels up to $43,000 off. Cougar's #1 selling fifth wheel floor plan priced at only $49,990. Shop now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake or North Spokane. Online at rnrrv.com.
From R&R RV, your RV superstore.
Not attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now.
Call 1-800-435-6817.
If you want to shine this summer and say goodbye to that winter wait, then this week is the perfect time to join Move Fitness and get started on a new workout routine to get you sculpted for the swimsuit season. Move Fitness.
It's the unofficial return to grilling.
Unofficial return of more sunshine.
Unofficial return to the water. Memorial Day is the unofficial start of summer.
Now at AutoNation Chevrolet, it's our official Memorial Day sale. Take advantage of your favorite new Chevy models with 1.9% financing plus no payments until August. Go to AutoNation Chevrolet today. What drives you drives us.
Arby's has let other burger joints have their little fun. Playtime is over. The meat professionals will take it from here. Arby's, we have the meat.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Property owners in Spokane County will want to keep an eye on their mailboxes in the coming days.
That's because property valuation notices for 2025 property taxes were just mailed out by the assessor's office. Hunter Bertram is live in studio with what you can expect opening that letter. Hunter.
Yeah, in that notice, what comes may give some a sigh of relief. Over the past decade, property values in Spokane County have experienced a significant surge. And in the last few years between 2021 and 2022, property values in the county increased by $20 billion. The following year, from 2022 to 2023, the increase, was more modest at $4 billion. This year, a similar minimal increase was observed by the assessor's office.
Death and taxes, that's just one thing you're never going to get away from, right?
Joe Hollenbeck is the chief deputy assessor for Spokane County. He digs his numbers. In the notices sent out, it determines your property's values based on recent property sales in your neighborhood. From that data, it shows a trend of increase or decrease, either by a lot or a little.
It's been a good run, but we are seeing a very, very flat market, probably relative to interest rate fluctuations, changes.
That means for many, their property value won't jump drastically this year, with a rate that
was overall is 1.32%. Residential, I think, was 0.44%, but if you would back out the vacant land, it would actually go down in value.
Not everyone will see a slight increase. Some may see more. Joe said the value of land is still on the rise. New this year, Spokane County is pioneering transparency. As part of its initiative, there's a new tool to assist when voting.
If you have a levy that's out there that's going to be voted on, it will show that on the website for you, and it'll give you an idea of what that potentially could cost, if that ballot measure, goes through.
You can access those transparency tools on our website at KXLY.com. And Joe said if you disagree with your new value, give them a call at the assessor's office. In studio, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Live look over downtown Spokane at a pretty evening in progress, and I wish I could say that weather was going to last, but I do have some good news regarding rain on the way, which we definitely need. This evening, though, 67 degrees at 7 o'clock. We'll be in the 50s by 9/11, 55 with light winds and clearing skies. Saturday morning's lows. No need to cover up your plants tomorrow morning. Quite a bit warmer than it has been the past couple of mornings, and looks like we're going to be keeping our temperatures in pretty good shape for the next several nights. So I think we're in the clear for the summer. Saturday, your forecast, the clouds move in. Expect overcast conditions, 47 degrees at 6 a.m. We'll be in the 50s, almost 60 by 9 o'clock. 61 at 10 with overcast conditions and the possibility of a sprinkle or two between about noon and 10, or 2 rather. High temperature of 72, which is just about average. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Chris, thank you. Big changes are coming to Corbin Park in north central Spokane. The city is adding a new sport court with 2 dedicated pickleball courts and a new tennis court. Construction on the new courts is expected to begin sometime this summer. Speaking of pickleball, Pickle Fest is going on right now in Riverfront Park. The event is meant to highlight the sport's history and future here in Spokane. The tournament is already underway inside the pavilion, and everyone is invited to come out and root for their favorite picklers.
Well, all I have to say is the Costco hot dog price. And now everybody is listening, right? Yep. That's what happened earlier in our newsroom. It's an important story today. Costco announced they are not raising the price of the hot dog soda combo.
The popular menu item has been $1.50 since 1985. And the price kept up with inflation. If the price kept up with inflation, it would be nearly $4.50 right now. The company says they are willing to lose money on the deal if it helps draw and retain customers. Plus, the company offsets hot dog losses by cutting costs and raising prices for pizza and other food court items. It's such a deal. In news for your health, the FDA has approved Moderna's RSV vaccine for people 60 and older. This will be the third FDA-approved vaccine for RSV and the first mRNA vaccine among them. Moderna says clinical data showed it was nearly 84% effective at preventing the virus about 4 months after getting the shot. The CDC will need to sign off on the vaccine before shots can go into arms.
Around the nation tonight, we won't know until July if former President Donald Trump will be sent to prison for his criminal conviction in the hush money case.
A New York jury found Trump guilty of all 34 counts of falsifying business records, making him the first former president to be convicted of a felony. CNN's Julia Benbrook explains how this could impact the presidential election.
Former President Donald Trump speaking at Trump Tower the day after a jury found him guilty of all 34 counts of falsifying business records. He's the first former president to be convicted of a felony.
When they say falsifying business, that's a bad thing for me. I've never had that before.
As the presumptive GOP nominee, Trump is making it clear he's now focused on November as he seeks another 4 years in the White House.
November 5th is going to be the most important day in the history of our country.
He is likely to appeal the conviction, which could significantly delay his sentencing. Currently set for July 11th, just a few days before the Republican National Convention. The conviction does not impact his ability to run for president. His opponent, President Joe Biden, is also encouraging Americans to have their voices heard in November, writing, quote, "There's only one way to keep Donald Trump out of the Oval Office, at the ballot box."
The American principle that no one is above the law was reaffirmed.
It's difficult to know how or if the guilty verdict will impact voter decisions in November. But polling that came out before the verdict showed 67% of registered voters said a guilty verdict in this trial would not make a difference in their vote. Reporting in Manhattan, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Tonight has a case we all thought was solved.
Somebody has my dog.
Holly Bobo.
Holly Bobo.
Blown wide open.
Now, the key witness changing his story. What does he tell you? Tells me he made the whole thing up.
2020 tonight on ABC.
The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival returns to Pend Oreille County June 15th and 16th. Discover the rich history, folklore, and mystery. From Sasquatch-themed crafts to Bigfoot merchandise, a 5K fun run, and plenty of food. This event is guaranteed to leave you amazed and entertained. Hear from the county's experts about their Bigfoot sightings or sign up for the Presenters Dinner and talk with them firsthand. The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival. For tickets and information, go to mf-bigfoot.com.
Don't miss your chance to get this year's KXLY Golf Pass presented by Dry Fly Distilling. You'll get 5 rounds at 5 premier golf courses, all for only $175. Experience Stone Ridge's stunning natural beauty, the Highlands with gorgeous North Idaho scenery, Trailhead with its new clubhouse in the heart of Liberty Lake, Twin Lakes Village with its exceptional views and unforgettable golf, and test your distance at the links. Go to KXLY.com/golf and get your KXLY Golf Pass. Presented by Dry Fly Distilling.
We invite you to experience excellence. Choose George Gee Kia Spokane. Shop us and you'll see we have
the best team in the Pacific Northwest.
George Gee Kia Spokane is locally owned and family operated. Located in Liberty Lake, just off I-90. At George Gee Kia Spokane, our mission is to exceed your expectations. We look forward to helping you find your new Kia. Visit the George Gee Kia team in Liberty Lake off I-90 or online anytime at SpokaneKia.com.
been another great year for our Diamonds and Dreams program. Gary Middle School, the recipient of this year's work, new backstops, new safety fences, and of course, the new field. The 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
Next ET.
Definitely some swagger in my step.
Will Smith, Martin Lawrence. We're at the Bad Boys Ride or Die LA Takeover. Then, starting Monday, it's Nashville Week.
Next, ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world.
And so much happening. Right here in the Northwest.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
And that's where we come in.
Good Morning Northwest and Good Morning America.
We're right here, and we got you.
We got you, Northwest.
All right, let's check back in with sports director Julian Minnesone, who just finished throwing out the first pitch at tonight's Spokane Indians game.
Yeah, so Julian, I'm asking, were you Mariah Carey level, 50 Cent, or somewhere a little bit better than that?
I think I was way better than 50 Cent, at least. Guys, Chase Dolander's on the mound right now. I'm kind of like resting my arm. That's why I'm sitting here in the stands. But who knew that there would be 2 flamethrowers pitching tonight? Dolander and myself went from the mound. You guys didn't see it because it was in break, but you're just going to have to take my word for it. Went on the mound. Got it all the way down to the catcher. I used Chris's advice to aim right above the catcher's head there, so got it right all the way to the mound. Some high heat, I got to say, and even Braxton Hyde, who was catching for me, one of the pitchers here, the Indians, said that his left hand hurt from when the ball hit his mitt. So he's going to be sore, probably out, 10 to 15 days, I would say, just from my pitch alone. And we are going to have that pitch for you tonight at 11 o'clock, because I know you guys were just anxious to see it, but we were in break, and sometimes timing things doesn't work out. But yeah, so he even signed it for me, so that's how good it was, guys.
That's live TV for you.
There you go.
Sometimes we miss it, and then you got to stay up late.
I can't wait to judge the video of it later, though.
It's going to be great.
All right. Around the world tonight, President Biden saying today it's time for the war between Hamas and Israel to end. Biden says the Gaza war is complicated and calls on those who want peace to encourage Hamas to take a deal.
Biden admitted that too many civilians have been killed, saying the situation is one of the hardest and most complicated problems in the world, but vows to help rebuild Gaza.
And the United States will work with our partners to rebuild homes, schools, and hospitals in Gaza, to help repair communities that were destroyed in the chaos of war.
President Biden said the U.S. has worked hard to support Israeli security, to get humanitarian supplies into Gaza, and to get a ceasefire deal. It is known that Israel presented mediators with new ideas on hostage and ceasefire talks, but the exact details on that have not been released. And while negotiations continue in the Middle East, the war between Russia and Ukraine rages on.
Now Russia is threatening the U.S. and NATO for a history-making policy change after the Biden administration let Ukraine use American weapons on Russian soil. CNN's Amy Kiley has details of the decision and the possible implications.
Moscow says the U.S. and other NATO members, quote, will have to answer for letting Ukraine use their munitions for strikes inside Russia. 2 officials with knowledge of the White House decision say it's narrow in scope, but it's a major policy change.
The time has come to consider some of these restrictions to enable the Ukrainians to really defend themselves.
The White House news comes the same day the NATO Secretary General urged members to loosen their weapons restrictions.
The last weeks and months, most of the heavy fighting has taken place actually along the border between Russia and Ukraine in the Kharkiv region.
That's the only area the U.S. is authorizing strikes on Russian soil, and only as counterfire or to stop an attack Russia is preparing. The Biden administration is not allowing the use of long-range missiles. The Russian foreign minister says if the U.S. deploys intermediate and short-range missiles in Europe and Asia, Moscow could react with, quote, nuclear deterrence. Meanwhile, the Pentagon repeatedly denied any policy change right before news of one broke.
I will be crystal clear. There has been no change to our policy. The security assistance that we provide Ukraine is for use within Ukraine.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Well, the mother of former First Lady Michelle Obama has died. Marion Robinson studied to become a teacher before working as a secretary. She then married Fraser Robinson, and together they raised 2 children, Craig and Michelle. Robinson was never known to seek attention, but played an essential role in the White House during the Obama era. In a tweet, former First Lady Michelle Obama said in part, "My mom, Marion Robinson, was my rock, always there for whatever I needed." She was 86 years old.
Well, it's been almost a year since the Titan submersible implosion left 5 people dead in the Atlantic.
And now another company plans to try and send their own submersible to the bottom of the ocean. ABC's Will Reeves spoke with one of the men behind the mission.
It was the search and recovery mission that captivated the world.
A debris field has been found near the Titanic wreckage.
All 5 people aboard the OceanGate Titan submersible losing their lives last year, journeying to the infamous wreck. Now, less than a year later, these 2 men, Patrick Leahy, CEO and co-founder of another submersible company, Triton Submarines, and wealthy entrepreneur and adventurer Larry Connor, want another shot. Connor speaking with GMA about their plans.
The natural question is why?
Almost 3/4 of the Earth is covered in water. Isn't doing research important and worthwhile, given that fact?
What is then the purpose of this planned dive down to the Titanic?
To demonstrate safety. If you look at submersibles that have been DNV certified, there's never been an accident. The OceanGate vessel was not certified and would never have been.
OceanGate could not be reached for comment. Connor says he and Leahy are designing a new, safer, and certified submersible known as the Explorer, which will cost $13 to $15 million. It'll carry 2 people, have an acrylic hull, and offer a near panoramic view.
Ready to go, guys?
Yeah.
5 years ago, I went to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean in a submersible similar to the one Connor and Leahy plan to build.
How confident are you this will work?
Very confident, but the moment we don't meet one standard, the project is done. We will not compromise safety.
Are you afraid to go?
I will not go any place or do any dives if I'm not 100% convinced that the submersible is safe.
Deep sea exploration carries inherent risk.
I don't think that a technology such as deep sea submersibles should be abandoned for a single accident. If you think about space travel, right, in the early days of Apollo, we lost an entire crew. But that tells us what we have done wrong in the past and how to get it right in the future.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Who has the deals?
Furniture Row.
Who has the deals?
Furniture Row.
The Memorial Day Super Sale was so great, we just had to extend it. And with trucks still rolling in, the savings keep getting better and better. The more you buy,
the more you save. Save $100 for every 1,000 you spend.
Check out special purchases while they last. And financing? We're talking 6 years, no interest. But don't wait. The extended Memorial Day Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
Hi, I'm Catherine Forner, and we love our own backyard so much, we built all of this.
With hardwood decking and Basilite pavers.
And we just finished this deck for one of our best customers.
With TimberTech decking and Fortress railing.
And we get everything we need from Par. With Shauna's help.
Everything from design to delivery.
What would we do without you?
Par, your total home building source since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
What does RV stand for? Recreational vehicle or ruined vacation? At Click It RV, we want you to have a fun, safe camping experience. So for the month of May, get to any Click It RV store and get a professional propane leak test, tire pressure check, wheel bearings, roof, slide and battery test. And all inspections are free because we want you and yours to have a safe camping season. Thinking of upgrading? Check out their used selection of new and used top brands like Grand Design, Rockwood, Flagstaff, Winnebago, and more. So get to a Click It RV store near you for a free inspection and keep your family safe.
Coming to Spokane Arena for the first time ever, the all-new Hot Wheels Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow Party. Don't miss the debut of the all-new Hot Wheels 5 Alarm. Watch your favorite Hot Wheels Monster Trucks light up the floor, including Gungster, Bone Shaker, and the legendary Bigfoot. Plus the dazzling dance party, spectacular laser lights, and more. And kids' seats start at just $12. Don't miss this one-of-a-kind Hot Wheels experience, June 22nd and 23rd at Spokane Arena. Tickets available at SpokaneArena.com.
The new spring inventory is rolling in this week at Findlay Downtown Toyota. And that means it's a great time to spend your summer in a new Toyota. Whether you're pulling the boat with the new truck or taking a road trip in a cool 4Runner, Findlay has the perfect Toyota for you. It's simple. If you're looking for bigger savings, a better selection to choose from, and the best financing available now, you can find it all this week at Findlay.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
All right, here is a live look at the Rotary Fountain in Riverfront Park. No signs of rain yet, but we do have some wet weather on the way.
Chris, when is that wet weather expected to arrive?
Well, you know, let me just preface this by saying we really need the rain.
Sure.
I mean, I love the look of that sunshine, but it is going to be moving in right smack dab, well, about 2/3 of the way through the weekend. I do want to start off, though, by showing you no precipitation today. Here's our almanac. Year to date, we haven't even had 6.5 inches of rain. Our average to this point in the season, a little over 8. So we are running below average. Our snowpack has been a little puny, so we really need this precipitation. And we also have been tracking the precipitation for meteorological spring, which ends today. Meteorological summer starts tomorrow. And we have been really low, especially in that March 1st through May 31st time period. Our average for this point in the season is over 4.5 inches. This spring, we've only had a little over 2.25 inches of precipitation. We could make up a lot of ground, however, as we go into the weekend. Here's a look at our forecast rain. I'm starting this off Saturday at 4 p.m. You'll notice some locations already with a little bit. We do have the possibility of some sprinkles partway through the day on Saturday, but nothing like the precipitation that is coming on Sunday and into Monday. Here's Monday morning at 5 a.m. and over an inch in Coeur d'Alene, an inch in Sandpoint, over 1/4 inch in Spokane, some good wetting rains in Ritzville, Moses Lake, 0.8 inch in Pullman. So these are very beneficial, good soaking rains on the way for Sunday and Monday. That chance of showers is going to ramp up sometime around noon, give or take, in Spokane on Sunday, although the best chance of wet weather is going to be later in the day, and the heaviest, most sustained rain Sunday night into the first part of the day on Monday. A 90% chance of rain, 20% chance of some lingering showers on Tuesday, and then we dry out heading into Wednesday, and it looks like we should stay dry for at least a little while. Meanwhile, our temperature trend over this time period will be right about average tomorrow, and with the wet weather, we'll have a pretty good dip Sunday into Monday. Tuesday, we start warming back up, and then we're back up above average and could have our warmest weather of the season heading into next weekend. The outlook for the June 8th through June 14th time period, that's the 8 to 14 day. We're still looking at above average temperatures. But in the meantime, we'll enjoy some rain and some cooler weather on the way, and much warmer overnight lows with the clouds and the showers. No more talk of frost advisories or freeze warnings, perhaps until next fall. Derek?
All right, Chris, thanks so much. Well, it's going to be a great weekend to enjoy the sunshine.
Yeah, if you're interested in fishing or hiking, we have just the place for you. Fish Trap Lake is about 30 miles south of Spokane, just off of I-90. Tonight, we take you there in this week's Air for Adventure.
We are at Fish Trap Lake Resort on Fish Trap Lake. This lake is a trout lake, so the trout season is the middle of April to the middle of October, so that our lease season corresponds with the trout lake being open, where the spots are rented for that whole 6 months, the middle of April through the middle of October. The fishing is awesome. It is the wildlife and game department stock it a couple of times during the winter, and the fishing has been great. It's a great fly fishing lake. And me being from the Midwest, I didn't know anything about fly fishing, so Mike's taken me under his wing and teaching me fly fishing as well, and I love it. We get a lot of spring runoff coming down here, and the lake, you know, comes up and goes down, and a lot of wildlife. We have otters living down here, beavers, blue heron, eagle nest on the lake. I mean, the wildlife is really spectacular. A lot of people come down here and take pictures of all the different species of birds and things like that as well. So there's a lot of hiking trails up here on the BLM land that I walk quite a bit of it with my black lab. It's a very, very tranquil lake. It's very quiet. It's very beautiful. Yeah, it's awesome. It goes by fast, but summer is great down here.
And to see all of our Air 4 adventures, head to KXLY.com and click on that Features tab. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Have you or a loved one been in a piano-related accident? These scales of justice are here to fight for you.
Avoid slapstick injuries and watch Tune In With Me.
Weekdays on MeTV 4.2.
You're feeding it.
I will, I promise. Thanks to our Premier Rewards Visa credit card from ICCU, we earned enough cash back to stock up on puppy supplies.
But we don't have a puppy.
They're very convincing children.
It's the unofficial return to grilling.
Unofficial return of more sunshine.
Unofficial return to the water. Memorial Day is the unofficial start of summer. Now at AutoNation Toyota, it's our official Memorial Day sale.
Take advantage of your favorite brand new 2024 Toyota Tundra models with 1.99% financing.
Go to AutoNation Toyota today. What drives you drives us.
It's been another great year for our Diamonds and Dreams program. Gary Middle School, the recipient of this year's work, new backstops, new safety fences, and of course, the new field. The 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
Living in the Inland Northwest has its advantages, and one of those is working with amazing people who dedicate their time and efforts to help others. STCU's Volunteers Count is a program to say thank you for this service and inspire others to give back too. Please tell us about a volunteer at a local nonprofit that inspires you. Go to KXLY.com/volunteerscount and nominate them. Help us showcase those people who give of their time and truly make a difference. Volunteers Count, brought to you by 4 News Now and STCU.
4 News Now anchors, not just in the newsroom, but in the community.
Shocking amount of drug-related issues.
We're doing the work.
And this problem isn't unique to us.
Listening to you.
All Spokane County ballots enter through this door.
Asking questions.
Do you think we're safer today?
And getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe.
New tactic that uses fear to steal your money.
We're the people you trust on your screens and in your neighborhood. And we'll always be there when you need us on 4 News Now.
4 News Now is brought to you by Trudeau's Marina.
Coming up on Nightside, why hugging cows is gaining popularity as a form of stress relief, especially on this farm in the Pittsburgh area. You can catch this story tonight at 11 o'clock. You can also catch Julian's first pitch from the Indians game as well. We're dying to see it.
That's right, because it was in a commercial break. So, yeah, none of us have even seen it. We just heard the description.
I assume it was a strike.
He said it hurt the catcher's hand. We'll see if that's the real deal.
Yeah, I don't know about that.